The base is alive. Oh yes. Oh, this is amazing. Hey. Welcome back to another episode on CypherCraft. And I hope you're having a better day than Mr. Mushroom's having. However, today we will be focusing our attention over by the monolith, where we have some big plans, because we are going to be starting a massive project. The truth is that our storage system that we have over here at our starter cottage is no longer working for us. It is overflowing. We have chests that can no longer hold items, so they're overflowing into other chests, and we just no longer have the space. There's stuff that just make no sense for them being there, and yeah, this is getting ridiculous. Our mailbox is full of crap, and we have accumulated chest monsters and more chest monsters. Oh gosh, this is embarrassing. Oh, there's so many. They're so random. Oh gosh, I hid these all for the world download so you guys wouldn't see them. Oh wait, but wait, there's more. And you guys remember the spider den, right? Well, just behind this wall, we also have all of these. It's out of hand. It's so bad. And trust me, that's only half of them. So today I want to take the first step in slaying the dreaded chest monsters that we have strewn about our survival world. And I want to start making progress over in this area over here. We're gonna have our big dig over here. This is where we're gonna have our major city area. And I think this is a nice place. It's really pretty. It's kind of in this center of our base. So our base is going to continue to expand in this direction. So this is going to be the new central location in the future. So I think this is going to be a smart place to put it. I think we should flatten this land out and then see what we're working with in terms of space. And I think this is going to do quite nicely. So let's go ahead and flatten this out, chop down some trees, and let's get a building. So I got carried away. Just a little bit, but Oh boy. But I'm loving the way that this turned out. As you can see, we are taking a lot of inspiration from over at the Citadel, which you can't see because it's just out of render distance. But with the copper and the tuff, this still needs to oxidize a little bit, but then we're going to give it a nice gradient. Right now the interior is showing through, but we are going to put up a second story facade on this just to hide it. But so far, I think this is looking really cool. This is a really cool start. But yeah, if we come up here, we have a little bit of a pathway. We need to make this look a little bit pretty. And yeah, just out here, this is right across from the Big Dig. This is where we're going to have our giant city, our giant medieval city. So this is a great place to have our storage system because we're going to be over here a lot. But yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. I still need to add a note block to that. But then we enter the Grand Hall. And oh boy, this is one of my favorite places so far. I mean, oh boy, it looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, so we have the red floor that we also have over at the Citadel, and we have this beautiful library aesthetic with the paintings, which just looks absolutely magical. We have the sky skulk block, which I think just adds a beautiful amount of atmosphere. And yeah, I still need to come in and add some floating candles. I think that's going to add that little bit of magic, kind of this little Harry Potter vibe stuff, which I think is going to tie together this place. But yeah, oh man, this took so long to build, but oh, I think it looks so freaking good. And then we have these, yeah, little statues just guarding the main chamber. And then this staircase over here is then going to lead us up to the balcony over here, which we have a beautiful view over at where we're going to have our major city. I was also thinking we're probably going to have our harbor over here since the land is a little bit lower. So yeah, we have a bunch of building that we're going to have over here, but we have a beautiful view. And then yeah, we just threw up this right now, but I mean, this still needs a lot of decoration and stuff like that. But yeah, this is basically going to be like a giant schlamassel. I want this to be a kind of like a giant mansion in a way, where we kind of just keep adding rooms, adding structure to this build and stuff like that. Slowly, piece by piece, making this thing bigger and bigger and bigger as we go on and just make it look really epic. And yeah, slowly and surely we will keep adding rooms. And yeah, making this place look really, really epic. We have these stairways right here, which will then lead to the second floor, which yeah, we don't have installed right now. But yeah, the last thing which I did was then I made this room, which I think has a very lovely vibe to it. I mean, come on, this is so cozy. So yeah, since we have the library books over here, yeah, this is doubling as the wall for this room. I thought that we could use this to store all of our enchanted books, since yeah, enchanted books can't be automatically sorted by the sorter system since they're unstackable entities. So I thought, yeah, this would be a good place to store them. We also put an enchanter over here so we can enchant some items. We can throw in some barrels and stuff just to yeah, keep everything organized. And then yeah, we will also then have a staircase going down, which will then lead us to the redstone of our sorter system. And as you can see, I've already done some digging. This is approximately how much space we're going to need for the redstone. Yeah, it's gonna require a little bit. I don't have enough, not even close. We're gonna have to do a lot of resource gathering, but yeah, this should be enough, I'm hoping. Now, this sorter system is created by Mazuma Games. I will put the link down in the description. I have built this a few times in a few of my survival worlds, and I'm actually really, really happy with it. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. I think I had it break once, but it was a pretty simple fix. It's a little bit complicated, but yeah, once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to debug. So basically, this is going to be an automated storage system. It's going to be packed to the gills with everything. automatic. We're getting all the shiny new tools and assets and everything. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's even going to come with automatic shulker unloader, which it's going to be so nice. So basically we're going to come over here and we're going to empty our shulker boxes. So if you imagine that these are shulkers full of just random items after a project, we can just go ahead and dump these in here. We're going to have several mine carts pick up the items in here, which are going to make it go faster, and all the items are going to be then sorted into this giant chest array, which then takes up 3 of these walls. Then the empty shulker boxes are going to be replaced into these chests, and anything that is non-stackable, such as tools and weapons and potions and books and stuff, will then appear into these chests over here. Another thing which I really like about this sorter system is that these are programmable. That means that we don't have to come in and block off these chests like this, and then, have something like this so that whenever something comes in, it fills in like this. We don't have to have that, and we can program what we want in here. So we can, do something like that. So now this chest is going to allow stone, chests, and dirt. So that's something that's really, really nice. The system is extremely flexible, and yeah, overall, I'm really happy with this design. Again, so many resources. I don't exactly remember how much, but I know we don't have enough redstone, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a bunch of off-camera grinding, and then yeah, I guess we can just go ahead and do a giant spin. And oops, I spun away all my inventory. Okay, it's still there. Oh, good. Ooh, I was scared for a second. All right, let's try this again, and voila. Oh boy. Oh man, this took forever, but I am so happy. Oh, it looks so good. And the redstone child inside of me, it's so happy. We finally did a big redstone project, and oh, it's done. It's done. I think it's working. I'm not sure. We actually have to test this. But yeah, we have our storage system in here, and we have added a lot of logic, a lot of extra circuits and stuff. And yeah, it's actually really simple. It looks very complicated, but it's not that complicated. But yeah, basically, like I said, I will put the video description down in the comments below. Yeah, he does a better job at explaining it than I do, but I'm going to quickly explain what's going to happen just so yeah, everyone can understand. Over here, this is going to be our input chest. We can put loose items in here as well as shulker boxes full of items. And what's going to happen is they are going to be brought in and brought up this dispenser elevator that you see right here. As you can see, we have a sign because we need to collect a shulker box. We don't have those yet. That's something that we might have to do next episode. And this is basically going to detect if the items that we inputted are shulker boxes or items. Since shulkers cannot go inside of other shulker boxes, if a shulker box comes up this, then since it can't go over, it will then go down, and it will then be funneled into this shulker unloader right here. It will be dispensed, all the items will then come out, be funneled back into this item elevator, get shot all the way back up, and then enter the waiting queue for the storage system. And then once the shulker box is empty, yeah, this will detect that, the piston will extend, break the shulker box, and all of the shulkers will then appear in this bottom chest. We also added in some more logic, so for example, this composter is at level 1, because all non-stackable items such as tools, weapons, armor, books, potions, everything that cannot stack cannot be sorted, obviously. So yeah, we just have a power signal of 1, so if we have anything that's non-stackable come through the system, it's going to output a larger signal strength that's going to cause the hoppers to unlock, and since hoppers like to pull things down rather than pushing things to the side, they will then go down and then over, and all the unstackable items will then appear in these chests right here. However, up here, now this, This is where the real magic happens. So yeah, we have this powered for now. This is just so we can do all the debugging stuff. This just causes the minecart not to get shot off. But yeah, basically what's going to happen right here, all of these chests are our filtering system. So as you can see, we have item filters in here. However, like I said, we can completely customize this. So let's say for the first chest, we want to put, let's say we want to filter dirt, we want to filter grass, and let's do stone slabs as well, because why not? And redstone, I mean, yeah. So this is what our chest is going to look like. That means that this entire slice of 6 double chests will only contain these 4 items. So what's going to happen is, let's say we throw in smooth stone slabs, right? We throw in a stack. These are then going to come up here, they're going to go into the queue, and the minecart down here is then going to pick them up. It's going to then travel on this lower rail, and it's going to search for wherever we have smooth stone slabs. And this is acting as a key. So it's going to actually remove this out of the system, leaving this blank, and it's going to trigger this line right here, telling the system that the key, I just picked up the key, I found where I need to drop off the items, it's in this first line on this first slice. The minecart's then going to continue, and in this example, since we have it on the first slice, we don't need the minecart to go all the way around, because I'll just, waste too much time. So we did build in some shortcuts. So yeah, the minecart's then just going to come up, and it's going to come back up here. It's going to return the key that it took back to the chest, and then it's going to come and it's going to sit on this powered rail and release all the items into the hopper lines. The hopper lines are then going to bring all the stone slabs into this slice, and then once they're done filtering, the system's going to see that. It's then going to say, okay, we're done filtering items. It's then going to send a signal to send the minecart back to the beginning to reset that. It's also going to then send a signal to reset this entire line, to reset all the keys. And then the minecart will pick up the next stack of items and start searching for its next key. It's a little complicated, I know, but I love this. I love this so much. We do also have some more logic built into this. Like for example, we have overflow protection just to make sure that the system will shut down in case there is an overflow. We also have that with the non-stackable items, just in case if we get too much input, then the system will shut down until we fix that. As for these item filters, I mean, these will destroy the system. These will break the filters. So we also added a little bit of a item filter down at the bottom. So if we throw in any items and accidentally throw in an item filter, they will immediately get destroyed. So we're safe with that. And that's about it. The very quick tour of this. But we did go ahead and we added a bunch more redstone. And this over here, this is actually my design. And this is crazy. So this is our bulk storage. So this is where we're going to be having our, for example, our stone, cobble, dirt, maybe tough, maybe deep slate, I'm not sure yet, but we have 5 slots available. And everything put into this is going to be in shulker boxes. And one thing that I'm really proud of is that we have 1 input chest. That means all items, so all 5 of these items that we are sorting, and to refill shulker boxes, all go in the same input chest. So I think that was pretty cool. But let's go ahead and just activate the drone real quick. But as you can see, we have a simple item elevator. So all the items are then going to come up here, and we have another shulker box detector. If they are shulker boxes, they go down, come back here, and get funneled into this back here into these dispensers, which are then leading into the hoppers, which we will get back to in a second. And then all the other items then funnel into these sorters. And this right here is just a very simple impulse SV item sorter. So up here we can then filter what we want to filter for, and then those items will slowly trickle in. The empty shulker boxes are going to be then sitting on these dispensers right here, and they are going to slowly fill up. Once they are full, the outputted signal is going to be gonna update this redstone line by 1, and the observer is going to see that. It's going to activate this piston, which causes this to move over, which causes the shulker to pop off in entity form and get picked up by this hopper, which then trickles down all the way down into these chests down here. The nice thing about this is that this also sends a signal down when it comes back, and it causes another update, which then just causes another shulker to pop up, and the items continue to filter. And this system will run continuously forever. As long as it doesn't run out of shulker boxes, it will fill up, break, and then replace the shulker box all by itself. However, we did have to add some logic to it. For example, this right here, we do have a few test items in the dropper and in the hopper. And so those are just representing shulker boxes right now. However, if there was nothing in here, this would be deactivated. And then this light would light up, telling us that we need to replenish our shulker supply, that we are running out. We also need an instance that whenever we run out of shulker boxes, we need to prime the machine. If we never run out, that's not going to be a problem because the machine will replenish itself automatically. However, in the case like right now, we would have to prime that. I did try to make this happen automatically, however, it just wasn't working. I couldn't figure out a simple, compact way of doing that. So I just put in a note block here. It's not as convenient, it's not as pretty and compact, but this is not going to be activated as often. As long as we refill whenever this light lights up, then we should be fine and we shouldn't have to activate this. But just in case we do, the signal comes up and it's just going to activate all of these target blocks, which just gives a quick pulse and dispenses all of the shulker boxes into their place. And then we have just a simple indicator light, so these will light up when the system's about half full, and then these will light up whenever the system is completely full. And that takes care of that. We have plenty of storage now. However, one thing is that, as you can see, we do have a trap chest, just so we can make sure that we don't throw something in here that we didn't mean to. But as you can see, it's not working. And there's a reason for that. Because over here on the CypherCraft server, we like to overcomplicate redstone because it's fun. Just like how our bamboo farm will occasionally break because your mom breaks the machine every so often, our storage system is also going to break down every so often. And in order to activate the storage system and to have access to it, we need to restart the generator. And that's what I was working on over here. So as you can see, we have a beautiful, beautiful generator. We still need to add some decoration and stuff, bring in some resin blocks. However, over here is the input system. And whenever we click this, there is a chance for the generator to come back online. I say a chance because it's like one of those old lawnmowers that you have to pull and pull and pull. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think right now it's programmed, there's a 1 in 5 chance or 1 in 6 chance that the generator will turn on. And basically we're going to set up a system that every so often, randomly, there is a chance that the generator will shut off. And if that happens, then several things are going to happen. This main generator coil is going to turn off. We're going to lose all of our buff effects, and the storage system shuts down and we cannot access it. We cannot input any more items until we start it back up again. So let's go ahead and show you guys what happens whenever we turn this back on. We were unlucky. Let's try again. Nope. It takes a few tries. There we go. As you can see, it turns on. We have some buffs now. We have some speed and regen, and that's coming from this main coil right here, which we need to continue to decorate. And now if we throw stuff in here, it's gonna go up. We don't have a shulker there right now, so it's just gonna spit out on to the side. but it would then go into the queue. So now it's going to accept our items, and if you hear that, the base is alive. Oh yes. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, this is amazing. Maybe we can also add in some ambient lights, like in the corners and the floor, something like that. And then whenever the generator shuts down, then it could get pretty dark in here. Not dark enough so, yeah, nothing spawns, but a little bit moody, and I think that could also look pretty cool. But yeah, so now this place has a functional purpose. I mean, many functional purposes. But yeah, now it has a lot of logic built into it, and oh, I'm so excited. Oh, this is amazing. I'm grinning from ear to ear IRL right now. And then one last thing which we also did, we also added another circuit. We had to extend this a little bit. This should... Let's see, 1, 2... Yeah, this should still work. But yeah, we just extended this a little bit because I wanted to add another circuit. So whenever we have items waiting in the queue, so ready to be sorted, we have a line going all the way down, which is going to be activating a chunk loader. Now this happened by happy accident, but if we throw up our chunk borders, our sorter system is right in the middle of this chunk, which is awesome. It lines up perfectly. I did not plan that. So right here's the middle chunk. This is where the chunk loader is. And then all of the chunks around it are lazy chunks, so all the redstone is confined in here, so everything will keep working. So yeah, that's nice. So if we're in the area, we can just throw in all of our shulker boxes, throw in all of our stuff, and then we can leave the area. We don't need to stay here. The machine will then continue to run, the system will continue to run because the chunk loader is active. And then once everything is sorted, then it will shut down and the entire system will shut down. And that way, yeah, none of the redstone's going to get broken, nothing's going to get like powered on and off because, yeah, we're loading and unloading chunks. So that's very, very nice to have. As for the redstone back here, it's pretty simple. A little bit spaghetti redstone, but that's always the best kind. But yeah, we just have a really simple circuit. So basically we have a randomizer. All of these give off a power signal of 1 because they are stackable. We have one shear, which is unstackable, and that gives off a power signal of 3. And so yeah, basically we have several lines of logic back here. So whenever we have power signal of 1, it's going to then play this note, which is the dun dun, that's the losing condition. Then whenever we have a power level of 3, that's going to go ahead, that's going to play the winning condition. It's going to light up the light, and it's also going to then activate the generator. As well as going down, we have a line heading to the sorter system to activate the beating heart, as well as unlocking all of the input chests. We also have this circuit right here, which just basically prevents us from having both winning and losing condition from playing at the same time. So yeah, if we have the signal strength of 1, then obviously the losing condition is going to play. However, because this has a delay on it, so this is going to be happening slower than this. If we have a 3 signal, so anything stronger, this is going to activate quicker, and it's just going to block this signal off. So we're only going to have the winning condition, but this is not going to play. Over here it gets a little bit tricky, not as pretty and not as compact. However, yeah, it works, it's fine. We can make all this compact later. But basically we just need to find a way to prevent the user from continuously inputting a signal into this machine. So yeah, what we have is we're just locking the hopper so the shears cannot get put back. What can happen is that if we continue to press this, the rest of the items can be shoved into the hopper. However, that's not going to change any of the signal strength since, the maximum that we're dealing with is 3. So that's not going to activate anything. So that's fine. And that way, you can't trigger it several times and turn it on and off from over here. And then once we build in our randomizer, our giant clock basically back here, this over here is basically the main control switch. So once we remove this, everything then gets replaced, and everything stops, everything gets shut down, and everything is now back to normal. And yeah, our effects should also be removed momentarily as they slowly run out. And yeah, now if we try to use the system, it doesn't work. So yeah, that's awesome. However, now it's time. This is the scary part. We need to test this. We need to test the system, and I haven't tested this at all. I have changed a lot of the logic in here from Zuma's design, so yeah, I'm hoping that the logic that I added is not going to mess with anything, so we need to test that out now. I do need to grab one of these, and I need a power source. Alright, so yeah, in order to test this, we need to do a few things. We need to, since we don't have a shulker at the moment, we are just going to go ahead and replace this with a chest. There we go. And then let's set a few filters for our system. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's put in the third one. Let's do iron ingots. I guess one right here on this first one. Let's do copper. And we can do some chicken. Let's do some spruce planks. And then on the first chest on this line, we can do some polished basalt. And then yeah, then we're going to throw everything in. We're going to throw in our spruce planks, our chicken, some iron, the copper, the basalt. We're also going to throw in our Avada Katana. I really hope we don't lose this. It should appear on these chests over to the side. And we're going to throw in some dirt because we don't have a dirt filter, so it should, actually no, I have dirt right now at the end. Let's throw in some redstone because we don't have redstone programmed, and some nether bricks, and these two should appear at the very last two rows of chest over there. And yeah, we are getting the signal that they're being transmitted. As you can see, the minecart is now in the stationary position. So yeah, it's now in the loading position, so that's good. Alright. Oh crap, I forgot about the debugging. Crap. I knew that was one thing I was missing. We need to deactivate this. And that should send it on its way, I think. Okay, why is this not powering? Okay, so first debugging test. It's always something. Alright, so let's see. So this powered rail is not being activated. Why is that? So where is the input for that? What does this line do? See, this line is responsible. So once we get items in here, they're going to activate this, they're going to activate this, they're going to activate this, which then should in turn activate these. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I had a, a problem with one of the logic systems. But we have that. We need to throw in the planks because I took them out. That is the input, correct? Yes. So yeah, these are going to be sitting here. We can see this being right here. And they should be filtering down momentarily. I hope. See, Where's the minecart now? It's running down here, it's looking for a key. It took the shortcut. And it put the key back here, I believe. So let's follow the lights. We can see the items are in the dispenser right there. In this one. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the lights are one over for whatever reason for the corners. We had, what, something in the third? Oh yeah, we have iron coming in now. That's perfect. Oh, this slice, right? Yeah, the basalt. Perfect. Do these need to be one lower? I might have to put these one lower. Yeah, because it... Okay, yeah, never mind. It's powering this block, not that block. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. And then finally we should have redstone. And I forget what the other block is. Okay, here's the redstone. Ooh, our sword. Oh, perfect. Good, we didn't lose that. Okay, so that seems to be working. That's awesome. So yeah, we just had to remove this circuit. Oh, we need to find a way to be able to detect whenever we have items in the chest so we can activate our chunk loader. Because I don't want to have to just have like a long repeater system that's constantly taking signal off of that. But this is good. This is good. That was our only hiccup. Everything else is working. The items should be trickling in. And there we go, the nether bricks. And then that means that then the minecart should come back and it should sit right there. Perfect. And it is deactivated. And then that means, yeah, this is also deactivated. There should be nothing left in this chest. Yes, we can see that because this comparator is off. And yeah, perfect. Yeah, the problem was I had this redstone dust coming down the side. However, yeah, we needed it to also power this block. So I just need to find a different way of how to, yes, tell if we have blocks in this chest. But yeah, that was a good test. Everything worked perfectly. Other than the lights, I think we just have to bring these down by one. And yeah, that was a successful test. Awesome. So I guess now comes the hard thing, is sorting. We need to now come through and figure out what we want in each chest. Obviously the items that we're going to be sorting the most of should get put in the front, just so yeah, the machine doesn't have to work that hard. But I mean, this is a very robust system. And yeah, that's awesome. That's going to be something I'm going to do in between episodes though. As for the interiors, Pax was actually online. And I was actually showing him around the redstone and stuff like that. And yeah, he had a really good comment about making this look like a nursery. I don't know if that's going to fit 100%, but I think if we have some kind of glass dome and then adding in some dirt, some stone, some plants and grass and stuff like that and vines hanging down, I think that could look really cool if we add some nature into this area. However, I do want to keep some of this redstone on display because I think redstone is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, maybe we'll put another passageway over here just so we can look at this. However, yeah, all of that is going to be in a later episode because this took forever. This took so much work, so much time to put up, so much debugging behind the scenes and stuff like that. Thankfully, yeah, the system works flawlessly. I mean, except for a few bugs, but we can easily, yeah, patch those out. But yeah, this took a lot. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there in the next episode. I'm not sure yet. In the next episode, either we're going to be working in this room, or we might try to get shulkers. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. But yeah, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are excited about this new project. I know I definitely am. I mean, this place is just, oh, it's beautiful. It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a mega structure, just like our Citadel. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be fabulous. There's gonna be redstone everywhere. It's a raccoon's paradise. So yeah, definitely let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. If you guys have any ideas of what we can do in this area, let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.